Impact of the coronavirus pandemic on carbon emissions. The lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic has had a serious impact on fossil fuel consumption and carbon dioxide emissions. No previous event in history, not even the Second World War, has had such an impact on carbon dioxide emissions in the past century as COVID-19 has had in the past few months. Daily carbon dioxide emissions has declined on an average by 8.8% during the first half of 2020 as compared to the same period in 2019. Impact of the pandemic on ozone depletion. Ozone depleting substances cause the depletion of the ozone layer and include gases such as CFCs and HCFCs. The lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic has reduced transport and industrial activities. This has had a significant impact on air quality and has reduced ozone depletion. The largest hole in the ozone layer, spreading over 1 million square kilometers above the Arctic, is now closed due to the sudden improvement in the atmospheric air quality.
Impact of lockdown on animal life in India. Due to the nationwide lockdown, almost the entire population of India had been confined to their homes for a long period of time. This minimal outside movement led to reduced harmful environmental activities such as deforestation. The quality of the environment in India gradually improved, and the benefits of this change were felt most by animals and plants. Animals could now return to their natural habitats without fear of extinction due to human activities. Many species of animals returned to their original habitats and were seen in large numbers for the first time in many years. Hundreds of flamingos were seen in Mumbai in the month of May. Kolkata has seen an increase in dolphin sightings due to the increased water quality of the Hooghly River.
Effects of the lockdown on air quality and water quality. Water bodies, natural and built environments have experienced significant impact from the economic slowdown resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. While human health and life are our primary and immediate concerns to address, water and environmental systems from local to regional scales have seen visible positive impacts due to this pandemic. Due to the reduction of pollutant loading from industries, vehicle emissions, and other sources, an improvement in air quality as a result of the reduction in the loading of nitrous oxide, particulate matter, and other pollutants has been seen. Water quality. Anecdotal evidence indicates the reduction in the biochemical oxygen demand and coliform levels in rivers has led to the improvement in the water quality of various countries. The extent of this recovery would not have been possible without extreme measures that have been forced on the society due to the pandemic at the cost of several trillions of dollars across the globe.
Impact of the lockdown on the economy. Impact on the tourism sector. Indian Association of Tour Operators estimates the hotel, aviation and travel sector together may incur a loss of about 85 billion rupees due to the lockdown. The tourism sector is driven by the psychology of people. Unlike other business sectors, tourism will take a longer time to return to normalcy in the recovery period because tourists need to ensure that the situation is really safe and secure before they step out to travel again. Impact on the production sector. The manufacturing sector is heavily hit by the impact of the virus as it shut their production and factory operations in automotive, electronics, aerospace, and others. COVID-19 created a disruptive effect in the pharmaceutical industry and further led an incredible pressure on the companies to maintain a positive supply of medical products, creating a problem of shortage. There is a wide increase in the alcohol-based cleaning sanitizers and important daily consuming food products. This disturbs the supply chain and suddenly creates demand for a high amount of raw materials and ingredients to the food and beverage companies. This hampered their production and forced them to shut operations due to limited manpower availability.
Impact on automobile industry. During the lockdown, automobile manufacturers had to shut down production for several weeks as factories weren't allowed to operate due to the government restrictions. Their workforce, which mainly comprised of migrant workers, returned back to their respective states as they had no means of earning money during the lockdown. Increase in unemployment. According to the data provided by the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, India has recorded a spike in its unemployment rate in both urban and rural sectors in October 2020. India's unemployment rate rose to 6.98% in October 2020 from 6.67% in September 2020. Hundreds of women who found employment as house helps in several societies lost their jobs during the lockdown, as societies weren't allowing outsiders to enter. Thousands of daily wage migrant workers from states like UP and Bihar who worked at construction sites or in factories to earn a living lost their jobs during the lockdown. To go back home, they either took off on foot or illegally sat in trucks. This sometimes led to accidents.
The socio-emotional impact of COVID-19. The coronavirus change. The COVID-19 has had a massive impact on society. The changes in the past few months, from masks and social distancing to school and work, are now being termed as the new coronavirus culture. During this time, many people have not been affected, but an unimaginable number of people have been affected not only financially but emotionally too. Problems in society. Social distancing is the foremost preventive measure against the coronavirus, but it's taking a heavy toll on many people. With limited, if not no social interaction, many people are experiencing loneliness and isolation, leading to serious psychological and mental disorders. Women in difficult home environments have suffered too. During the lockdown, with families at home, there has been a reported 20% increase in domestic violence cases, and the UN has described it as a shadow pandemic alongside the COVID-19. Effect on children. Although children are not in as much danger to the virus itself, they are still having to cope with worry and anxiety in fear of a loved one's health. Studies show that infants, who have only had contact with their families thus far, are extremely scared around anyone outside their homes. Since most schools have been closed as part of necessary measures, many children from rural areas have been forced to drop out of school. Even those who are fortunate enough to have online school may struggle, as they no longer have the sense of structure and stimulation, as well as the social support that is provided by a school environment.
Consequences of financial crisis. The coronavirus has had dire consequences and caused severe financial crisis, leading to unfortunate events like suicide and mental disorders. The lockdown has adversely affected the entire economy, especially the poor. The farmers have been suffering heavy losses, resulting in numerous debts and loans, which, when they can't pay back, leads to stress and causes them to take intense measures like suicide. The inability of the poorer part of the society to pay for their daily needs due to the lack of financial aids because of the loss of jobs in the lockdown has caused mental disorders and depression amongst many. Mental and emotional health and stability. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused serious damage to the mental and emotional health and stability of people. COVID-19 has resulted in severe illness to many patients and death of several more. This has taken a toll on the emotional stability of the respective loved ones. The loss of a closed one often leads to emotional and mental instability, further resulting in lag in other work. Bereavement, isolation, loss of income, and fear are triggering mental health conditions or exacerbating existing ones. Many people may be facing increased levels of alcohol and drug use, insomnia, and anxiety.
The world is currently facing the problem of plastic accumulation. Plastic does not decompose for a long time, and as a result, it is dumped in either landfills or in oceans. This causes both air and water pollution. Dustbin liners are one of the primary domestic sources of plastic. They are used in every household and are disposed daily. To counter this issue, we designed eco-friendly plastic bags made of newspaper. By selling these, we hope to generate awareness and make a difference. Recently, we had sent out a few Google Forms to all the teachers in our school to create awareness about the environment. Here are some of our responses.